If you're somebody who is sick of having conversations where you're having to motivate people to improve their life, their business, their fitness, whatever it is that you sell, ran out of breath there. I want to say one thing, it's your fault. But the good thing about that is it's also in your power to go and fix that. And that's what we did with my client, TJ. Now, TJ, as you can see, he's got a small following. However, we have moved and upgraded his niche. So he can still use the same skill set, aim it at the right people, and charge more. He went from charging £250 to £1,000 per month using his special set of skills. That movie. So what I'm going to run you through right now, right this second, is exactly how you can go and do the same. Now, the real issue is that you are good enough. You're good enough for what you do. You know exactly what you're doing. You know exactly how to deliver results. But you're aiming your expertise at the wrong people. It's like when you get a bottle of water. Buy in the corner shop is £1. Buy in a cinema is £2. You buy in an aeroplane is £3, £4, £5. So what I'm going to run you through is the ICP Sniper. It's actually something I delivered on a workshop last week, and this is how it goes. So we're going to start off with the 4 Ps. We need to understand the 4 Ps. And the 4 Ps consist of the person, the problem, the path, and the promise. But for the sake of this training, we're just going to focus on the person, okay? I don't want to give you too much to go away and do. This is how we start to build our offers. But it also bleeds into your marketing. Now, when we're looking at the person, we need to choose the right target, hence ICP Sniper, really hone in. So within any niche, people think about, a niche being busy professionals or single moms or Muslim men or whatever, okay? Yes, that is a niche, but within that niche, you have different levels. So we have people at the top who are thriving. We have people who are stalling, and I'll run you through what these mean in a second. You have people who are surviving, and you've got people, unfortunately, who are dying, okay? So I'm going to use an example we are all familiar with, but apply it to your niche, to your sector, okay? So these guys here at the bottom, these lot. These guys are kind of thinking about it. They need that motivation. They know they need to do something, but they're doing absolutely fuck all. There's no action. And if you're putting out content where you're trying to motivate people, you're goading people saying, you need to be better, or your missus doesn't like you anymore, that sort of stuff, these people they're not going to take action, okay? It's very tiring getting these sorts of people to buy, and I'd rather not play that game. Next, you got people who are surviving. Now, these guys are doing a little something, so we're going to use the gym example once again. They're probably going to classes. We all know, and they know deep down, that isn't going to get them the result, but they're not brave enough to take it to that next level. Now, this is where it gets interesting. The guys who are stalling, they are actively trying, okay? So they might be going to the gym 3-4 times a week. They might be researching things on YouTube, depending on what niche you're in. You get the gist, okay? You get what I'm saying. And finally, we have the people at the top. These guys are thriving. These guys just want to get that 1% better. These are the killers. Now, where we want to aim our efforts are these top 2 sections, because these guys pay more money. They are more likely to implement what you give them, get better results, which grows your brand and business. Your brand then becomes associated with high level results. Now let's look at the motivators driving these people. These guys at the top are driven by gain. They're looking to gain something. They're actively trying. They're trying their arse off. They just haven't got the expertise, and that's where they need you. These guys want to get away from pain. I would rather work with people who are actively trying who actually want to be coached, who actually want the help, instead of you having to drag people kicking and screaming. Oops, wrong color. Kicking and screaming through a process that they don't really want to be in. I would rather work with these. Not just for the money, it's way more enjoyable. So looking at your offer and what to build, I'm going to kind of digress here. These guys at the top, I'm not even going to bother with the guys at the bottom. In fact, I'm going to give you a bit of an education here. So the guys at the bottom, the people who are dying and surviving, they want safety and structure. So if you're talking about plans, I'm going to give you a structured meal plan. I'm going to give you an easy to follow training plan. You're going to get losers who don't want to pay the money. When you start talking about scale and speed, how they're going to supercharge the results, how they're going to get results fast, listen, cha-ching. That's the game you want to play. So you need to think about the thing that you build. Does it deliver results in that manner? And also your messaging. What does your messaging say? Does your messaging offer safety and structure, or does it offer speed and scale? Because I can guarantee you, if you're charging or undercharging and you're getting these sales conversations where people are like, oh, I don't know, I need to go ask the missus, they're probably after a bit of safety. They're probably after a bit of structure. And I bet you that you haven't got world-class results. I'm not taking the piss out of what you do. It comes down to the client as well. It's a two-way relationship, okay? You can't push them as hard. But because that wow factor isn't there within their results, it becomes a problem and your brand isn't really a standout sort of brand. So that's a big issue. Couple more slides, okay? So when people think about niching, they think about niching horizontally. So for example, you could do business owners in whatever niche you're in, or you could do, I don't know, moms, okay? People think that's a niche. It is a niche if you're thinking about it horizontally. You want to niche vertically. So for example, if this entire line is business owners, okay, this could be, this is interesting actually. So for example, this could be small business owners who are kind of like still in the business. Are they going to have the time? Are they going to be super motivated? They're probably less likely to take the gym seriously. These guys at the top are business owners who are no longer stuck in the day-to-day. They're spending time with family, they value health, etc. Okay, they're actively doing this thing and living a healthy lifestyle. Take this with a grain of salt, of course. Apply it to your niche. So I would rather work with these guys who are kind of like got the time, are already doing the thing. You don't want to explicitly call them out as business owners who have retired or exited, but understand your messaging needs to appeal to these. So, it might be a case of you're done with the graft, you're done working the long hours, and now you actually want to knuckle down and focus on your health because you're not going to be around for much longer. These are where they're at, okay? One final consideration to make. And people often overlook this. So you want to like the people, you want to be qualified to help them. So essentially, even with these people, all 4 people require pretty much the same skill set. So you are qualified, and finally, have they got the money? So that's the change that you need to make in the way that you think about niche and the way that you position your offer in the market, so you can start to charge thousands of pounds, just like my client did, TJ, £1,000 per month with 2,000 followers, just aimed at the right demographic. Just to let you guys know that the lock-in program as well has been put on the shelf. You're no longer going to be able to get on the 28-day program indefinitely. However, I have got a special launch at the end of this month, the syndicate program, which is a longer term program, but I've got a Brucey bonus for you guys. That is going to be launched last week of, let me have a look at this now, last week of May. So we're looking from the 25th, which is a Monday onwards. I'm in Dubai for the first 3 weeks. So I'm going to be putting out lead magnets and YouTubes like this to help you guys out and obviously demonstrate my value. I'm very open about what I do and why I do it. I want to demonstrate value to the point where you guys know empty, knows what he's fucking on about. But if you are interested with getting on the wait list early, DM me the word, let's say June. Let's go with June. And I'll put your name on the wait list for June, and we'll go from there. Apart from that, I hope you found that useful. Stop working with brokers, stop working with losers, and niche vertically, not horizontally. Peace.